The day had started rough for Okpe. During maths class, the lecturer singled out Abigail, praising her for solving a challenging equation while dismissing the rest of the class with, "Unless someone here has a brain." When he looked at Okpe, he added, "Beauty without brain is just wasted beauty." The insult stung deeply, especially with the sneakers that followed. Humiliated, Okwe waited for the end of the day to confront Abigail. She gathered her friends Chioma, Samson, Frank, and others outside the school gates. Abigail, unaware of their intentions, walked right into their trap. Okwe stepped forward, her voice sharp. "You think being smart makes you special? Look at you. All that brain and still a disaster." Samson joined in, chuckling.
"She fit be smart, but my heart no fit beat for elephants now."
Chama smirked and added, "Man, we go did this one, no get I.O. Imagine carrying all this load around." As the taunts grew harsher, Okwe, fueled by anger, began ripping Abigail's clothes. "Maybe if I strip you down, you'll lose some of that weight," she sneered. Abigail called out for help, her eyes meeting Tolu's, but Tolu, terrified, turned and ran, calling Abigail's mother in a panic. Abigail's mother, a dedicated nurse on a double shift, dropped everything upon hearing the news, rushing to save her daughter. She was distracted by thoughts of confronting the bullies when she stepped into the street and was struck by a speeding car. Just as things reached a breaking point, King appeared. Without saying a word, he pushed through the group, his presence commanding enough to make them stop. "That's enough," he said firmly. Okwe hesitated, then released her grip on Abigail's torn clothes. Even Samson backed off, knowing better than to challenge King. The group quickly dispersed, leaving Abigail humiliated and broken. King helped her up and consoled her, but she soon got a call from the hospital, directing her to the hospital. There, she found her mother, pale and in pain. The doctor's words were a crushing blow. The accident had shattered her mother's leg, leaving her unable to walk again. Abigail fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face. The guilt and anger festered within her, hardening into a burning desire for revenge. Okwe and Abigail sobbed bitterly, their tears a mix of pain, loss, and fear. Okwe's tears flowed even more as she thought about King. "We have to go back," Okwe whispered, her voice breaking. "We have to save him. What if he's still alive?" Abigail's sobbing ceased suddenly. She stared at Okwe, her voice a harsh whisper. "He's dead. I saw him myself." "No!" Okwe screamed, refusing to accept it. "My king is not dead." Adina was a desperate cry into the darkness. But then, her confusion grew. "But how did you survive then? Who was it, Abigail? Who killed King?" Abigail's eyes darkened with hatred as she stared at Okwe. Her voice was cold, detached. "I had to survive to finish some unfinished business with you." Okwe, bewildered and frightened, stammered, "What are you talking about? Who killed King?" In a flash, Abigail pulled out a knife and hurled it at Okwe. Okwe barely managed to dodge the blade, her instincts kicking in. She ran, terror gripping her as she fled the room to hide. Abigail followed her, entering the dark room where Okwe had hidden. She laughed, a chilling sound that echoed off the walls. "Come out wherever you are, Queen Bee of the school. It's time to join your friends." Okwe hid in a corner, every beat of her heart a hammer against her chest. Abigail's voice taunted her from the shadows. "Are you scared? You don't have to be. Something have your back. Oh wait, my bad, he's dead." She laughed, an evil, gleeful laugh that sent chills down Okwe's spine. Abigail continued, her voice carrying a sick pleasure. I love this game. You should have seen the look on all of your faces when I attack, especially Choma's. I scared the living daylight out of her. Okwe knew she couldn't stay hidden forever. Abigail was just one person, and if she could surprise her, maybe she could escape. Mustering all her courage, Okwe grabbed a stick, stepped out of her hiding place, and struck Abigail hard. She didn't wait to see the damage, she ran. But Abigail was on her in an instant. Her strength unnatural, her speed terrifying. She'd caught up to Okwe and hit her with a fist that felt like iron. They fought fiercely. Okwe realized too late that this wasn't the weak, shy Abigail they used to know. This was something else. Abigail's strength was inhuman, her speed blurring as she moved. Outside, the sound of sirens pierced the night, a promise of rescue. Okwe heard the siren, hope surging within her. She tried to run, but Abigail was faster. The knife flew from her hand, and this time it struck true. Okwe felt a sharp pain, and then warm blood began to pool around her. The police were finally able to break through. As the police stormed into the mansion, Abigail's breath caught in her throat. The cold metal of handcuffs beat into her wrist, but she didn't struggle. Her fight was already over. All she could think of was King. Please, save King, she whispered to the police officers, her voice cracking. She told the officers about King and they rushed to find him. He was barely alive, unconscious, but there was still a flicker of life in him. Let out of the building, her mind spun with memories. She had no regrets, except for the pain that this could cause her mother. The thought of her mother's heartbreak was the only thing that made her purse. But she had avenged her, and that gave her a twisted sense of relief. Her thoughts lingered on King. She regretted stabbing him. He hadn't deserved that. But he had tried to stop her, catching her in the darkest moment, and she couldn't bear for him to be in her way. She never wanted him to see her like that. As the car door closed behind her, a tear slid down her cheek. The weight of her actions settled heavily in her chest, mingling with a bitter satisfaction. She had done what she had to do, but at what cost? The thought of King's betrayal, her mother's sorrow, and the shattered life she left behind clouded her mind. All that remained was a hollow victory and a heart weighed down by painful memories. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, share, and repost. I'll be replying all comments, so share your thoughts in the comment section. Say no to bullying. Say no to violence. Let love lead. Don't forget to follow. New story is coming soon.